Ciao, welcome to Delicious Italian. Today what I'm going to be making are linguine con gamberi, or linguine with shrimp. I have some nice large shrimp. These are the 16-20 size. That is a good size, kind of just a couple of bites, but a good size for making in this dish. These are peeled and deveined tail on. They could easily be removed if you prefer. Now I have an extra virgin olive oil here that has red peppers in it, also known as olio santo. I put the peppers in there and just let it flavor my oil and use it with certain dishes that I want a little spice in. And this dish is just that. I also have red pepper flakes for more spice, fresh tomatoes, some little ones on the vine and also some larger ones on the vine, salt and pepper, my linguine, some fresh herbs, fresh Italian parsley, and fresh basil. My garlic is in oil. Now we used to do this at the restaurant. We used so much garlic that we would chop mounds of garlic and then keep it in olive oil in the fridge. And whenever we needed to use garlic, which was all the time, we had it ready. So I like to do that at home too, especially if I know I'm going to be doing a lot of cooking. This will last about 5 days or so in the refrigerator. After that it starts getting kind of strong and you may not like to use it so much. But I use that for recipes that are going to be cooked. Now if I needed garlic that was going to be on a dish that would be eaten raw, I would chop up fresh garlic. But for cooking, this is great. I'm just getting my tomatoes ready for this dish. I can hear that my water is just about at a boil, so that's good. I have a cheese knife that I'm going to use for this. I always like to chop my tomatoes or sliced tomatoes with this cheese knife because it goes right through them. It just has a little bit of a serrated edge and it's just perfect for tomatoes. It's perfect for cheese too, really. Okay, I'm just going to halve these little tomatoes. That's all they need, is just to be halved. And then the larger tomatoes I'm just going to chop up into a small dice. Okay, I'm going to coat the bottom of my pan with some of this olio santo. I have my pasta boiling away here. It'll take about 8 minutes to cook. All right. Okay, let's get started here. My oil is warm. I'm adding in a couple teaspoons of garlic. Make sure that doesn't burn. We don't want burnt garlic. A nice pinch of the red pepper flakes. Now I mentioned before that this dish comes together very quickly, and it does. So we don't want anything to burn here. We want these shrimp to cook very quickly. Now I'm actually going to saute these shrimp, but then remove them while I continue with the dish, because shrimp cook very quickly. As you can see, they're already almost cooked on one side, and you do not want to overcook the shrimp. They will become rubbery in no time. So very quickly, I've got a medium heat here, and there we go. I want my shrimp in there with the garlic to really flavor up, and then I'm going to take them out, continue with my dish, like I said. So we're going right into this bowl with our shrimp. We'll add them back in a little bit. That one could use another second. So these are not cooked through at this point. I don't want them cooked through. All right, our shrimp are out of the pan, and now it's time to add in our tomatoes right into the pan here. Be careful, the tomatoes obviously are wet. There's a little tomato juice at the bottom, so I don't want to pour it right into that oil. Just be careful. Going to let this cook down a little bit. Stir it out. This will not take long. I'm going to raise my heat to high now that I have more items in my pan. I don't worry about my garlic burning at this point. I'm going to add some black pepper. Just a pinch of black pepper, and a nice big pinch of salt. We'll taste this again later, or we'll taste it later. I haven't tasted it yet. So you just really want your tomatoes to wilt down and get nice and soft. Our tomatoes are cooking down nicely. I'm going to add a little bit of our chopped parsley and basil right in here. I like to add it 2 times. I like to add some in while it's cooking to really infuse that flavor into the tomatoes and the garlic. And then I like to add fresh right at the end. Okay, you can see how the oil is all colored with the tomatoes and the garlic, and it's smelling divine. It is time to add our shrimp back in, and then as soon as these get stirred in here, I'm going to deglaze this pan a little bit with some white wine. There we go. Everything is nestled in there nicely, simmering away. I'm still on high heat here. All right. In with some wine. Always be careful when you add wine to the pan. You don't want to catch the flame and have it come up to the side of the pan. There we go. That was about a 1/4 cup of wine. You don't really have to measure that. There we go. There's our sauce. That's all that nice, delicious flavor of the tomatoes and the garlic and the herbs with that white wine. Now we'll want that wine to cook out just a little bit, and I'm going to get some of this pasta water and use it in our pan. Actually, what I'm going to do is just take the pasta right to our pan of shrimp here and stir it all up. Oops. Okay, it doesn't want to cooperate. Here we go. You get one of these and taste it. It is perfectly al dente. Almost ready to go in here. All right. I'm going to take this right to our pot and add this in. It needs just the tiniest bit more cooking time, so I'm putting it right into the sauce so it can really absorb those flavors, yet will remain nice and al dente. There we go. That looks very good. It smells delicious. This only needs to cook in here for about a minute and we'll be all set. I'm going to taste this for flavor. See how our salt is and our pepper level. Very nice. Very good. All right, our pasta is ready. I'm just going to get this right into this beautiful bowl. I'm just going to finish this off with some nice fresh herbs. That is a great finish to a delicious dish. I hope you'll try making this at home, and I hope you'll join me again here at Delicious Italian. Buon appetito!